Much apologies. Slight disconnect on our video screen side. But we have no announcements other than we thank Risky Reds for being our first Tier 1 sub. We couldn't appreciate you more. I personally don't know what that means for us. I don't know how to Twitch, so that's going to be fun for us. Other than that, we have no announcements, so I see no reason to delay it any further. Let's go ahead and jump in and meet our K-Knights, shall we?
Hey there. So, didn't do too much last time, but I'm gonna be more excited about what we might end up doing today. At least if things go accordingly.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, ready to get the session going and see how this chupacabra acts around Jason's ghouls.
It's exactly like this.
Drama all around. Intersect politics standing aside. Let's jump into tonight's episode of Book of Saints. A recap for whoever is willing to volunteer.
So, I haven't done this before, but I'm gonna go for it. So, last time, we all met up as a group and said what we're gonna do. I went over to my ghouls, gave them some blood, talked to them a bit, figured out where the others were, and started writing down a little book, started copying and writing. The others in the hand, we have our good old TREY over here, who decided to go out in the middle of the night and just start feeding his new abomination on so many drunk college students. Just all of them. Absolutely every single one. So, definitely getting his chupacabra all drunk. And moving on, we have our good boss man Victor, who was talking more to Gramps. And Gramps started telling him more and more about this new path, and even got on it. This path of honorable accord. Yeah, I think that's it.
Well said, Jason. That is where we join our K-Knights tonight. Right where we left off, with Victor with his grandsire Alfonso, Jason next door dealing with the newly ghouled members of the, we'll call it a crime family, I suppose. And TREY, I believe you were just finishing up a hunt. That is where we join our K-Knights tonight. If anyone would like to go first, who does the camera pan into now?
It pans into the desert with TREY and his amazing chupacabra, Chewy. I think you're muted.
What do we see, TREY? Your hunt is complete. Thanks to narrative control. What's the next on your docket?
Because what there was one person, right? We caught him while he was going to the bathroom, right? Yeah. All right, yeah, let's get out of here. Lick the wounds, right? No, he's probably Chewy tore him up. Never mind, it's okay.
Yes, your saliva as a canine can lick the wounds clean after feeding, but the creature you've acquired here has no such abilities. It is very clearly mauled by some sort of wild animal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wild animal, coyotes and stuff. Ooh, that's what I'll do. You know what? Let's call some coyotes. Let's see if I could get some coyotes here so we could you know, cover up, crime and stuff, right? Think it's
So you're using an animalism power, correct?
feral whispers.
Correct. Should be your charisma and animalism.
Success on the rouse check.
Excellent.
Charisma, animalism. There's a flying ant around me. Two successes.
2 successes. Takes you a little bit of time. You don't exactly get a pack, but you get a number, about 3 coyote. Run up to your location. What are the orders you wish to convey, Trey?
Bon appetit.
You wish for them to scavenge.
That's what the fuck they are.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a charisma analyzm roll, please.
um, 4 successes.
4 successes. Trey, how much do you know about coyotes?
You know, they make yelping noises, right, to lure in prey and, you know, get the most vulnerable one, right? They tend to attack little dogs, chihuahuas. I know a great deal about coyotes.
Excellent. You instruct them that you've gathered food for them. They seem curious, interested to say the least. They're not distrusting of you. There's food promised and there's food there, so they take to the meat quite well.
All right, let's get out of here, Chewy.
You look over at your new creature, and it's sort of eyeing these coyotes. Just watching.
Let's go. We're leaving back home.
Takes you a few moments and to kind of get its attention. It sort of snaps out of it and starts to slink up beside you. The sort of spinal columns sifting down against its spine. The spikes are no longer present.
Nice. Yeah, let's go back home.
You make your way home. You do this. How are you going to get this thing home again? You were able to kind of slink into the shadows. Are you doing the same thing, kind of stealthing around?
Yeah, I try to stealth it. But to be honest, I don't really give a fuck at this point.
Fair enough.
I don't.
Let's give a half-hearted stealth roll. Dexterity as well. I, of course, will roll for your creature.
I am going to rouse the blood.
For obfuscate, or is this just for a blood search?
Blood search, yeah.
Excellent.
Success. Three successes.
3 successes. You slink to the shadows and you can see your newfound creature. Does the same. When available to it, it takes to the sides of buildings, sort of clinging to brick when you lose surface. It makes its way up toward the top, and you can see it kind of leap from building to building.
Oh, he's a badass. We're taking on. We're going to the house next door where they got their ghouls. That's the ghoul house, right?
Understood. Correct.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Jason, we join you here now.
You do, in fact. I'm currently in the upstairs room where the old boss man that happened to get, I believe, torn apart. I didn't get Ian, did he? No, I'm in his old room. Currently just writing at a desk, the Book of Nod, making my own little copy.
Still photocopying those old pages?
No. This time I'm actually doing it, writing it down, since apparently it's a bad thing to photocopy them.
Understood. A few moments pass until Trey, you arrive where Jason resides, the house next door. You're greeted by ghouls as you enter into the front door. These people men have never seen you before. They're just kind of eyeballing you. Are you lost, friend? You good? You need some money?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, you know whose house you're in?
Pretty sure. Yeah, yeah. As I walk in,
Boss! Jason, you hear a call from downstairs.
Yeah.
We got
come on,
a
Jimmy.
visitor. See them kind of hovering over their sidearms.
Alright, I'm just gonna start coming out of the room and walking down the stairs.
Sorry, Trey, did you say you were calling for Chewie?
Yeah, we're going in the house.
An immediate change in reaction. Guns are drawn. This thing slinks into the room, sort of taking up the majority of the door frame, and kind of watches them. Its eyes kind of enlarging a little bit. It kind of looms over another one, standing now on
What? I want to
its
do
two
that.
legs. The gentleman kind of just stares, weapon raised and aimed.
Yeah, I want to do. I want to do that. Are y'all still?
They're not exactly frozen in fear. They have their weapons drawn. They're not really speaking. They're kind of shocked that this creature is in their living room, basically.
Really?
I assume I'm like finally able to see them all now.
If you're making your way downstairs, absolutely.
Oh, you brought that thing in here? Oh, all right, guys, you might want to back up from the Cthulhu spawn. Just don't look at it. Don't touch it. Pretend it's not there and stay away from it.
Treat it with respect. His name is Chewy.
Boss, do you know this guy?
Yeah, I know him. I know him.
He got
He's
you
fine.
calling
He's
you
good here.
boss. You gonna put the guns away?
I don't know. Is
Yeah,
he
don't
gonna put
worry
his
about it.
claws away?
I don't. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I can.
This tree is a semi-wild animal. Just put him away, and it probably won't bite you.
Put him away. I wouldn't touch him. I would let him do what he wants and steer clear of it. Chewy, welcome home.
Jason, if you would
Excuse you.
kindly give me a leadership roll, I'll let you choose your attribute, either manipulation or presence.
Since I don't have the presence power.
I'm sorry, manipulation or charisma. Apologies.
Manipulation. I would also like to rouse the blood because I ain't got nothing for that.
By all means, go ahead and give me a rouse check.
Awesome. That's a pass. And that is 2 successes.
2 successes. They don't put their weapons away. They do lower them, kind of backing up. They never take their eyes off of Chewie.
Yeah, I don't think my guys are gonna like it with that Chewy here. Not every day we see something with
I'm sorry, did you say welcome home?
Yeah, this is the ghoul house, right?
We're not living with this thing. No.
Yeah, sounds about right.
This is the ghoul house, right?
The fuck is the ghoul house? That's what does that mean? No.
Are you not a fucking ghoul?
What the fuck does that mean?
I haven't really told them much. Right now, they just know they're working for me. The whole blood thing means you're a ghoul.
Okay. Is what and that? Am I gonna turn into that thing?
No, that thing is. Hey, wait a minute. We're in Mexico. That's the chupacabra.
Fuck you. No, it's not.
Like that is legitimately the chupacabra.
That's a
And
fairy
it will eat
tale.
your face. It's pretty real. It's got 500
So you're
teeth.
fine with vampires, but chupacabras are too hard to believe.
This is
now.
fucked. This is so fucked up. Look at that fucking thing. You can see Chewie kind of licking his own eye.
Yeah, I just a Chewy to make himself at home.
I don't think. Okay, listen. Okay, Trey. I don't think this is an appropriate place for Chewie to stay. Could we get like? I feel like we need a different place for him. This is.
Why?
Just look at it. It looks
So
like
you discriminating against my ghoul now? Is that what we're doing, Jason?
Your ghoul? Your ghoul will eat my ghouls.
I'm sorry, your ghouls are weak. Fucking guns.
We're not weak.
Okay.
We're not equipped to handle whatever the fuck that thing is.
All right.
Yeah, see, they get it. They get me.
That sounds like weakness to me. We're not weak. We just can't take you. Oh, okay. That's fucking weird.
Could you fist fight that thing?
I wouldn't say I couldn't.
Prove it.
Prove what?
You think you can take it? Then take it.
I don't need to take it. We're friends.
Boss, do we really gotta deal with this?
Listen, I'm gonna talk with Trey. We'll see what happens. Because honestly, I don't want this thing to be here, but like, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out.
Look, all I would suggest is stock up on a lot of meat, preferably fresh meat. I would suggest start getting some goats,
Some
chickens.
goats.
Boss,
He
we're not
likes it
farmers.
fresh.
This isn't what. Are you fucking
Start stealing. Start stealing.
goats? Just
I'm a-
fucking go.
You know,
I'm gonna go
I just
back.
saw the news earlier. Apparently, there's a farm where you can just. Apparently, they're just right out. Just cows are disappearing. So
You
maybe it's a
guys
new
see
thing.
you guys see Chewie kind of leap up into the top corner of the room, clinging to the ceiling.
Oh God, it's still in the. Okay, yep. No,
Oh,
that's
that's
a
fucking
horror
bad.
movie.
Can you do that? You can't fucking do that. All you got is a fucking gun.
That's not natural. That's not okay, and that's not normal.
This thing. I see. They understand. They're the only ones that understand. This thing is not natural. Where did you?
Who the fuck are you?
Hold on. Did you tell them what you do? Like, do they know that their boss plays with ghosts? Right?
What the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
Jason, you better. I'm just saying, he's kind of annoying me at this point.
Yeah, it's probably true. You probably want to be quiet before he does the same thing my other friend did to your boss.
Are you fucking? There's more. God damn it, you boys! He kind of snaps, and the other members of your ghouls kind of gather up and head off into another room.
Yeah.
Make yourself at home, Chewy.
We're definitely moving that thing. It's either I'm moving to a different house or that thing's moving to a different house. I'm 100% moving that thing.
You live next door. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're doing here anyway. This is the ghoul house.
This is
I'm-
my ghoul house. My ghouls are here.
Oh, so now we're not family. Now we're not packed. We don't share things.
Family, but you,
No, fuck you, Jason. I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm going back. I'm leaving.
Do you leave Chewie behind?
yeah, are you taking Chewie with you? Excuse, take him up with you.
Chewie stays behind. He starts to kind of sniff around. You can see him crawl across the ceiling. He drops down. He's sniffing
Oh, you
something.
better not find me coke.
He's
I better not find coke.
he's sniffing around the area. It smells like he's got like the scent of something. He's now just sort of searching.
You better not be sniffing coke. All right, what you find, boy?
Go ahead and well, if you want to just follow him around and kind of see where he's going with that, then that's not going to really require a roll. If you want to sort of egg him on and sort of lead him toward, like, encourage the behavior, then that's going to require a roll. So what path do you want to take here, Jason?
I mean, yeah, I'll try to encourage him. It's kind of, may as well just encourage him. Like, all right, come on. We'll just see where you're going.
Okay.
Go for it.
Go ahead and give me animal kin and manipulation.
I'm not even bother rousing the blood for this one. Pass. 1 success.
1 success. You encourage the creature, and it kind of ignores you, kind of sniffing around. I'll let you know what we get to. Trey, you make your way over to the group's household, correct? The pack's house. By all means, you find Victor. Victor, where do we find you now? You've had your conversation with Alfonso. He's still willing to answer questions if you have any.
Oh, last I remember, we were talking about the possibilities of killing or losing touchstones. We were talking about more in depth about the path and how to guide my pack down it properly.
Do you have questions?
Without a official pack priest, how would we direct ourselves down that path until we get one of us steps up and becomes the pack priest?
Kind of mulls the question over. I think you are misunderstanding the role of your pack priest. Your pack priest does not guide your path of enlightenment. Something that is decided on by your entire pack. It's not for the priest to dictate. At least, not to be an instructor. Pack priest will keep you on your path, will hold you accountable, as is the job of every single one of your pack. You don't need a priest to follow a path. If you find someone who is aligned with your goals, who embodies the role of your path, that is your priest. The pack priest most important duties are to discourage infernalism, any heresy against Cain, but they don't guide your path. They uphold it, they understand it.
Then it would be fully on me to guide them.
For the time being, yes. The word of Cain is most important to the pack priest. Do you have someone among you who knows the word of Cain better than you?
Monique was the pack priest in training. I think I got it mixed up. Mashenka. Yeah. It was Mashenka that was the pack priest in training. And Edge, or Jesus Christ, TREY has kind of taken this role in studying the book.
then you have a choice. Who can embody the word of Cain more, and who can keep you on your path?
Is it okay for us to be running around without a priest for a while until they are truly ready?
So long as you do not fall into the mistakes of your sire, then there's no requirement. Hold
I don't
yourselves
think
accountable.
anyone here at least is remotely interested in messing around with infernalism.
Good. At least we won't have to deal with that issue in the future. Trey, you open the door. You find Victor and Alfonso.
They're just standing by the door.
They're in the sitting room, across from
Oh,
the door.
okay. That would have been a lot more weirder. I'll give a nod to Alfonso and look to Senpai and say it's all under control. I dropped him off next door over at the ghoul house.
We have a ghoul house now?
Well, it's the house next door that they took over.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's under wraps and not just running around.
I mean, it's a chupacabra. No disrespect, but it's a chupacabra.
Hey,
Just,
you ghouled, so it is your responsibility.
yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying it's probably more natural not to have them in the city. Unless you want me to leave the house, then I understand that, but
I just want to know that it is going to listen when you speak to it. And we don't have to worry about it running around murdering everything in sight.
I mean, it's been doing fine so far. But I understand. It's next door at the ghoul house. Unless you want me to bring it here, I could
And
do
is it going to play nice with the other ghouls?
Look, I like dogs and stuff, but chupacabras are kind of out of my wheelhouse here. I didn't go to school.
Did you at least try to order it to play nice with the other ghouls, or did you just drop it off and say, have fun?
I mean, I say welcome home. So
You could always release it from your service. If you were, by your own admission, it's out of your wheelhouse, out of your expertise, what compels you to keep it?
He wants a pet.
oh, it's more than just a pet. It's a chupacabra. It's some. How many other blood sucking creatures do we know other than canines? There's so much lore out there from different cultures. Like, there's got to be a connection there somehow, somewhere. Like, I can't be the only one that's like interested in its, what they call DNA genealogy. Like, we don't even know how long they live. Like, this could literally be something that's lived during the time of Cain himself. Like,
I'm gonna look to Alfonso and just. You don't think that it's possible that thing is a white, do you?
No, by no means. If it was a white, then it would be unable to be controlled. And I don't believe it's a. It subsists off vitae, like us. From all of the rumors and myths, they subside off of the flesh, the blood, the organs, much like the Nagaraja used to. If anything, it could be a distant cousin to one of them. But that's just conjecture, rumor.
if you feel like this is too much and you want me to release it, I'll release it. But there's more to it than just I just want a pet. Yeah. It's a fucking chupacabra.
I don't believe Victor is saying that. By all means.
As long as you are willing to take it under control and willing to accept responsibility if it brings down a shitload of trouble on us. And you can promise that you will eventually figure out control sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll try my best to control it. That's why I'm trying to do the whole ghouling thing that you told me about. I have one more blood
It's
bond.
already ghouled.
Okay, well, so yeah, I'm in the process of doing that. One more drink, and he should be good. But honestly, if I'm left to do what I want with Chewie, then I would let it run the wild like it has been and only call upon it whenever we need it. Stake out a little area of like a preserve of some sort. And I mean, he's been hiding. I don't know how long he's been here, but he's been doing good on his own. I doubt he's gonna. But that's just me. I only went and got him because he told me to get under control, and yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
That's fine for now. If you're planning to continue utilizing it, I would prefer for it to be bloodbound. But it doesn't have to stay close by once it is.
Okay. Then I'll finish it tomorrow night, the blood bonding process, and then just make sure it stays within a whistle's reach, I guess.
By bare minimum, you will need to call on it once a month. It will need its sip in order to stay under your control.
Okay.
Where's Jason?
He's at the ghoul house. He was. I guess maybe he's probably making sure Chewie doesn't eat his ghouls.
It's not gonna eat Jason, is it?
It shouldn't. I told him to treat it with respect. Everybody loves respect, even animals. So, they're kind of assholes over there, to be honest. But yeah, I told them, they should be fine. Just,
A lot of shoulds in that sentence.
I mean, you want me to, I mean, I'll go back over there and babysit if you want me to.
I don't think that's necessary. Jason has already shown himself to be a worthy combatant. What are your plans for the evening, Trey?
I'll probably go read some more. I found some notes and stuff in there. There's this like this the Voldery, right? There's this like I don't know. There's like these notes about this special Voldery, done by the pack priest or an elder or something like that. I don't know what it was. I'll probably read up on that some more. I don't know. Who's Carlisle?
Carlisle was a prisoner.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it just had his name on it, so it looked like some Tremere shit. So I don't know.
Most interesting.
Oh, excuse me.
By all means.
Are y'all familiar with that Voldery, like this Voldery thing?
If it's something separate from the traditional Valkyrie, then no.
Shenka and Monique might know about it, but they might not know the specific details of it.
Well, I'll go try to find a page and bring it to y'all.
Understood. Trey, you depart from this space, making your way over to where your room is kept, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Find very quickly, the Book of Knot is not there.
I'll go ask Mashenka.
She is preparing the Voldery for you guys' nightly ritual. As we detailed last session, tonight's Voldery will be partaking in yours, Jason's, and Wesley's blood in order to sort of equal things out. But you find her. She informs you, I believe Jason was the last to have it. He wanted to continue copying it down just for sake of safekeeping, posterity.
I guess. Oh my god. Fucking annoying. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Speaking of Jason, this creature's been sniffing around. You sort of just watch it. You try to help guide it, and it sort of shoves you aside. It's sniffing at the wall now. It has been sniffing at the wall for a good 2-3 minutes at this point. Where the corner, where the hallway blends in with the living room.
Alright, well, I think I've seen enough shows to know where this leads. Come on, secret drugs. I'm gonna just grab a knife and just start digging in right there. See if anything gives.
you start digging into the wall. There are certain spots for anyone who has been a contractor's apprentice or worked in construction where it'll be a lot easier to just kind of chip away at the things if you're not looking at a structural beam and such. With you chipping, are you how deep are you hoping to go? Surface level, scratching paint away.
Is there wallpaper here, or is it just pure like wall?
Jason, this is not the 70s. No one has wallpaper anymore.
Okay, it's been a while. In which case, probably don't want to take a knife to it. We'll just take a whole, something blunt and heavy to just break open the wall is.
A piece of sort of table art, ostentatious and gaudy. Just looks like a sculpture of just twisted bits of metal.
We can get this art anyway.
You bash into the wall. Leaves a hole in the section between two beams. Much like an angsty teenager punching through the drywall, you have a hole in the wall now. You can see Chewie is sort of sniffing now. He's shoved his head inside the wall, sort of moving away paint and drywall again. Sniffing. Kind of in your way at this point, though. You're muted.
Hey Chewie, could I get a view here? Just come on, just move a little bit. What's in there?
Chewie ignores you, based on your previous Animal Ken roll. Still, kind of starts tearing away the drywall itself.
I'm gonna regret saying this. I kind of wish TREY was here to control this thing. I look over the door, half expecting him to be summoned at my very words. All right, no, he's good.
You watch him do this, and he eventually sort of digs down lower toward where the wall meets the floor. You have a strip of drywall just missing at this point. He sniffs and sort of bites at something, grabbing something up with his clawed hand. You see in his hands, it looks like it's this small bundle of letters and notes and things. Alongside it, or rather bound along with it, with this looks like just a number of rubber bands, or a few vials, almost like test tubes, of this sort of red viscous liquid, very clearly, by your count, blood.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, apparently I need to pull in the serious voice. Chewie, stop. Chewie, stop.
He sort of growls at you, just sort of leans over.
Chewie.
Animal Ken, please. You may feel free to rouse.
I will be rousing the blood for this one now. Because now it's just not the little animal. That is a fail on the rouse. Hence increasing hunger, and boom. Yeah, that's 3 successes.
3 successes. It takes you some sort of like a stern talking to. You kind of have to like raise your voice, use your diaphragm, sort of try to give a command like a trained animal. Chewie is not responsive to this, and you persist, and after a while he just kind of throws the bundle of papers and blood onto the ground. It doesn't shatter or anything like that. He kind of throws it to the ground and kind of sniffs it back over into the drywall, and then he runs up the wall onto the ceiling in the corner, and it's kind of just watching you now, glaring.
Alright. I'll pick it up with the rest of the stuff. I'm gonna head in the kitchen and check if the fridge has any meat. I can just throw it Chewie.
Understood. There is some leftover steak in the freezer, or rather in the fridge, I should say. Looks like it was thawed out for the party that you guys had crashed whenever you guys first entered what is now called the Ghoul House.
Apparently, it is now the Ghoul House. Instead of the party house, the crack house, Ghoul House. So, yeah, I'm just gonna take that out, put it on a plate, and yeah, just kind of put that on the ground while I start checking out these tubes and bundles and letters.
Understood. Trey, it's not too far of a walk next door. You arrive around the time that Jason is has tossed meat over to Chewie.
Jason,
Yep.
did you take the book or not?
Yeah, it's upstairs right now.
Fucking ask
Second
next
door on the
time,
left.
asshole.
I did. Just not you.
You went to my room.
You know, I thought it was a communal house. I thought it was, our house.
It's our house and my room. What do you mean?
Mm.
You're not going to be sleeping in my bed.
Yeah, but it's our book, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, thank you for letting me borrow our book.
Fucking walk in my room, asshole.
Oh, I want to also say, though, your Chewie's actually pretty useful. Got a little something.
You can hear a shriek from the top right corner of the living room.
Look over it. Thing.
I mean, I'm pretty positive he's proved his usefulness already, but what did he find?
Some letters and what I think, through my very long career, is some blood. And vials, of all things.
Letters and blood vials.
Yeah. Behind the wall, as you can see from my busted wall, that was definitely not me throwing an antique at it.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm
yeah,
yelling this as I'm
upstairs.
going upstairs to take the book.
Yeah, of course, man. Have fun up
Understood.
there.
Well, I mean, you probably want to come next door. You know, they asking about you.
Oh, are they?
What you doing? Yeah.
All right, I'll make sure to head over there. I'm gonna let the boys know that they're good to head out and to get like some raw meat or something.
I mean, okay, I already told them, but you know.
Yeah, but I feel like it's better if they don't hear it from the Rancor Wrangler.
Why?
No,
I'll tell you right now. All right. You and Wes are different, but if any of those motherfuckers start talking shit like y'all do,
All right,
it's not gonna last long.
don't you worry about that. I'll make sure that they know that you're higher than that. You're better than that. I'll put them
Thank
down
you.
myself.
Trey, you make your way upstairs. You've acquired the Book of Nod. You can see some handwritten pages where Jason was working.
Inside the book?
No, next to said book.
Oh, okay. God, wow, fuck. All right. Yeah. I'm about to head back over next door. I guess I'll see you whenever you come over. You probably might want to bring that stuff. It's weird that.
Jason, before you reply, let's have a quick roll from you. Your choice of skill, academics, occult, anything you think would be relevant here. This is clearly blood. The letters are written in a sense that it may not entirely be natural. Let's call it. And then intelligence or cunning.
All right then. Some cunning would be. Some cunning is wits in this case.
Apologies, I keep mixing my system wits.
Then yeah, I'll go with the Colton and intelligence.
Understood. Cult intelligence.
I may as well just rouse the blood again since it.
By all means.
3 successes.
3 successes. Looking over the notes rather quickly, it's letters, it's notes and sort of handwritten. You can very clearly see it's written in a sense that, in a way that is not coded per se, but uses jargon that would not be familiar to most people. You catch certain things: the tower, the circle, above table, things like that. It's things that insinuate Camarilla influence and Camarilla dealings. It references one of the oracles. You know them to be that to be a name for the Malkavians. What you've gathered here with 3 successes is that these were confiscated, or rather taken, from a target, a Malkavian who was hoarding something old, some old blood. Uncertain of what exactly this is. If they have their theories, this is remnants, this may be remnants of the blood of an antediluvian. But there's nothing that has been confirmed yet.
Yeah, I think you are right, Trey. They are going to want to see this. Yeah. Let's pack it up and make sure that it's secure so I don't drop it or anything. And let the guys know that they're good to go. I'll let them know when to come back.
Oh, okay. Do they not live? Is this not their house? Whose house is this?
It's more like the get-together house.
Did y'all come here and just kick them out their house? And then tell them to come back whenever y'all want them?
I don't want to say that's what happened, but that's pretty much exactly what happened.
Whatever floats y'all boat, I guess. Yeah,
Listen, I don't think
I'll
they
meet
want to
you.
be Chewy. I don't think they appreciate him the way you do. So
Well, that's their problem.
I'm just gonna look at Chewy in the corner. Yep, definitely only their problem.
While this is going on, if you guys are making your way back over to the main house next door, Victor, what goes on while that's going on? Do you have anything of note for Alfonso? Or anything of note while in your house?
Not really. Probably just chit chat, and then he's not one for chit chat, so I head downstairs and start helping with setting up the Volderi while I'm waiting on them to come back.
Understood. You do this, Trey, Jason. You find the living room empty as you enter back into the home.
Well then, so you know where they are?
Probably in the basement.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm going down to the basement.
All right, well let's head over.
Understood. Both of you find the remainder of your pack down in the basement, preparing the Volderi.
I found it.
It. Am I in it
Well,
now?
I didn't realize it was lost.
I'm okay. So I'm just it now.
I'm talking about the ritual that I was talking about earlier.
Oh.
Ah,
I mean, you were confused too? Oh, okay.
I thought he was talking about the entire book.
No, Jason just took it. So
I'll have you know. I asked. It's not you.
but yeah, here, all right, it says, what is it? Sorcery rituals, some communal vigor, It talks about a pack priest putting their fingernail in the Voldery, and the people who drinks it from the chalice gains the power of the priest.
Something.
Sure.
Mishanka speaks up and says, something my sire was working on when we had Carlisle, yes.
I'm just saying it sounds pretty cool. Doesn't look like it's part of the Voldery, but it's taken during the Voldery.
She nods.
Will we be able to do it?
I would need to taste Tremere blood once again. I wasn't able to perfect it.
Oh, okay. Well, at least we got, I guess, some rituals. There's a list of stuff here.
So I did actually, well, I would say I found it, but I'll give credit. TREY's Chupacabra mostly found it.
Mostly,
I got some
I'm
old
good
Vitae
without
here. Real old. According to these letters, Camarilla apparently did a little raid and they captured this blood from a Malk. They think, maybe, not tested, might be from antediluvian.
What?
You can see Alfonso's eyes immediately fixed on the vial.
Yeah, so I was searching around. Chewie was sniffing around. Eventually I followed him. He found a little hole. He busted open the wall. Found these letters, confirmed a Camarilla raid against some Malk, and apparently they were hoarding this blood. There's no confirmation this blood is what they suspect it to be, but it could be.
How old are the letters?
I'm just gonna reopen it up and see if take a guess of how old they may be.
Jason,
Doesn't
these
say.
aren't terribly old. It's written on current stock paper, or it's handwritten. So there's the old cursive and whatnot, but it's not an old parchment paper or anything like that. It's at least within. It doesn't look aged by any means. Probably a little bit of dust and some nibbling on rats, or nibbling from rats by this point, but probably within the last 5 years, maybe.
I'm not saying I'm a real expert on this, but I'm gonna say letters about 5 years old. So take with a grain of salt. So any way you want me to put this, or you guys have ideas? Because I've never, I don't have too much experience with this. This is a little bit worth more than most things I hold.
I don't even think there is a way to test and tell where it's from.
I mean, Tremere, like Priest was saying.
That's not something that's easy to come by.
I mean, Camarilla's here. They might have a Tremere.
Put the word out to the Nosferatu. They may be able to find what you seek. May I? He holds out his hand.
I'm gonna look to Victor. Alright, then I'm gonna hand it over.
He twists the top, this sort of deep set cork. He you can very clearly see he's having difficulty opening it without sort of breaking in the glass and whatnot. He ends up having to take a elongated pinky nail, stab into the cork and sort of pull real slow. Pops it open. The cork comes loose and there is an immediate rush of aroma. What is everyone's hunger level at?
1.
1.
Trey, Jason, the aroma is intoxicating. It smells delicious. It's enticing. It's almost calling to you. Victor, you find yourself immediately taking a step closer. You have a craving to taste. You want to know what that would feel like. It smells like power. It smells like temptation in liquid form. It smells like age. And it smells
Like they need to put the damn
experience.
cork right back in there.
You can see Alfonso kind of waft it over and under his nose. Plops the cork back in, sort of pushing it in with his nail. Uncertain if it's antediluvian, but it is quite old.
Smells like it. That was a little intense.
Victor's still staring at the vial.
You can see Mashenka kind of staring at it as well. For brevity, there are 3 vials of this.
So, just gonna put it out there, I think we should get a safe.
Yeah.
Because
But
I'm just
why?
behind the wall. Because this is clearly something that can bring a lot of hands and fists and swords, guns, bullets, everything in the litter down on us if people find out we have it.
And let's just fucking drink it.
Oh.
I'm confused.
Not yet. We don't know where it came from.
We don't. Okay, I'm sorry.
It
Okay.
is quite curious that it is 3 vials, 3 sips worth. Do you know what the Book of Nod says about blood, Trey?
Not.
3 sips.
Not
is
in
what-
general.
3 sips.
Trey, if you would like an occult roll. Victor, you may make so as well, if you would like. Jason, I can see everyone's hands going up. By all means, an occult roll.
Do I need to make the roll if I think I know what it says?
If you want to speak out loud, by all means.
3 sips is what it took to bind Cain.
Let's have a roll for Jason and Trey. Victor, again, you can make this roll as well. You aren't entirely wrong.
What do you want me to roll with it?
Cunning or intelligence, your choice. If you are recalling in the moment, or if you think you may have read it in the past and are just recalling on information, intelligence. I'm sorry, wits
Rouse.
or intelligence.
Wits. Okay.
It was wits and occult, right?
Wits or intelligence and occult.
I'm gonna rouse the blood.
Yeah. My blood's already roused.
So you said wits or intelligence and occult, right?
Correct.
Okay. Success on the blood rouse.
Success on the rouse check, leaving you still at hunger 1.
Yes.
4 successes.
4 successes.
don't know if you ever heard me say rouse. 5 successes.
What was the
4.
result of your rouse check, Jason?
Success.
Understood. Living at hunger 1. Go ahead, Trey.
4 successes with a messy crit.
Messy crit. All of you recall the proverb, well, 1 sip of blood I take, 2 sips I accept, 3 sips I refuse.
Imagining we would all just kind of say that at the same time. Or that really ominous one person says part, the other says the other.
Let's have the group take some narrative control. What is that what happens here?
Yeah, sure. I like that.
Trey, it has to be unanimous.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can see Alfonso kind of look over to all of you. Nods. Good. Good.
Be honest, I don't know what that means, but like I understand the blood bonding type stuff.
It's
But yeah.
potent. Taking 1 sip would lead to the opening of another, and perhaps the final 3 sips is what it took to bind Cain. If 1 is to drink, then 1 may be tempted to take all 3. Now, of course, it's a matter of must be done in separate evenings and separate nights, but even a singular tier of blood bond of this kind could be quite dangerous. And of course, if you have the willpower to hold off your 2nd sip for a night, and then the 3rd for another, and find yourself completely in whatever creature this is thrall. This feels like a trap that would use your willpower against you.
I say we give the letters to the NOS and have them investigate for attacks like this. And we get a safe. And 3 of us, if you found it, your Chupacabra found it. So more or less it's yours. But we each pick a part of a number for the combination and put it in secret. So the 3 of us have to open it together.
Well, what's the point in keeping it?
Because if the being it came from is dead, then there's no real worries of blood bonding.
But if it's not,
Okay. Okay. If that's what we want to do, then. But I mean, 5 years isn't too long ago, so.
it wasn't. It's not. But also, I don't think we should be giving the letters even to the NOS. We can provide them the info to what to look for. But if they learn we have these, then that means more people can learn that we have these files.
Good point.
And just tell them we're looking for a raid by the Camarilla on a Melk 5 years ago or something.
I don't know if that'd be enough to go on, though.
Well,
And if they look into it, then they might find out that we'd have them anyways.
Could always keep the investigation close to your chest and investigate on your own.
true. We could start off with only asking them to search for recent Camarilla shakedowns in the past 5-10 years. That way we can try to dilute the search. Narrow it down from there.
Are we looking for this milk?
No, he's probably dead.
Then are we looking for the antediluvian?
We're looking for answers about this blood, the antediluvian, if they, are still alive.
Where it
Altogether,
came from, if it got moved here, or if the raid happened here.
Why it was in just a human house.
I'll say as well, Jason, out of character. You glanced through the letters. You haven't exactly, pored over papers and whatnot, pored over the information. So there may be more information as sort of an extended test to research.
I mean, I can keep reading over these papers. I haven't looked too deeply, but I can keep looking over them, see if there's anything else pops up.
Oh,
Derek
We
might
can
be
always-
pretty. Go ahead.
we can always ask Felix. I don't know how long he's been here, but or any of the other groups. Hannah and her 7. There's people talking to the Camarilla.
Hmm.
I mean, 5 years isn't a long time.
Nah.
We can start by seeing what we can dig up on our own. And then reach out when we hit a wall. And Derek might be a good source too. With his abilities, he might be able to dig something up too, since it was so recent. Maybe. The actual attack could have been older than 5 years, and they got moved here and then written on that paper with notes.
That's true. All this could be.
Mashenka speaks up and says, "Where did you find this?"
Right next door, in the house that I was living in. No, not living in. My ghouls are now living in. It was hidden behind the wall. Pure plaster wall. Not like the paper type. I had to bust it open to try and find it. Only found it because Chewie was somehow able to smell the blood through it.
Camarilla notes and letters this close to our home. Doesn't that strike you as odd?
Oh, it definitely strikes me as odd. You don't think it was planted there or something? Just to be found.
I think you should interrogate your new ghouls.
I'll call over one of them. I'm gonna open up my phone and send a message to one of the goons.
What's the message say, Jason?
I need to talk to you guys about something we found in the walls of the house. Meet me at is there a park or something on this around here?
Nearby, absolutely. This is, like I said, a nicer neighborhood. But the whole reason it's a nicer neighborhood is because it's filled with shady criminals.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'll just tell them to meet at a park nearby.
You get a thumbs up emoji in response.
Alright. I'll be meeting them at a park soon to question them further about it. Now we got some little letters here, some antediluvian blood, maybe, and a lot more paranoia. What time is it now?
It's about midnight, maybe half past.
Enough time for me to go meet the ghouls and ask them more about it. Anyone else want to come along for me asking them about it, or all right, we're about to. Is this Volder about to be prepared and ready?
We're prepared whenever you are already. All that's left is your blood.
Then I guess do that first.
Okay.
Victor, is that the, are you on board?
Yeah, we can do Voldary first or after, it doesn't matter to me. While he goes to do that, I want to look at the letters. Just the letters, I don't want to hold the vials.
Understood. What are you looking for? Just kind of reading things over?
Yeah, I wanted to read through them.
Sure. Talks about a Malkavian that resided here in Mexico. It talks about strange practices. He was generally a happy, joyful individual. No one knew really what sect he's a part of. It doesn't seem to allude to anything. Doesn't really allude to anything sect-wise. It does say that he was prone to sort of fits of violence that he called kindness. He, from what you can tell in the letter so far, is not dead. He is missing. The Camarilla apparently took an interest because he had something that they wanted, and he was refusing to give it to them. There is a note in the letters, or rather a passage, that maybe you find interesting. The Wanderers were looking for him as well, and the Wanderers wanted what he had as well.
I would probably say that out loud. Who are the... Or actually asking Alfonso, do you know anything about the Wanderers?
Nomads, perhaps? The daredevils? They speak of the RAMOS. Why?
Because they were after him.
Interesting. Victor, give me a... I'm going to give you a choice of academics or occult. And your intelligence, please.
Could you tell me how it'll affect the roll depending on what I choose?
It won't. It's just a matter of what path you're drawing on for this, really.
I'm gonna arouse the blood. Success. And then we'll say a cult.
Is Monique in the room?
Last we left, Monique went to go deal with her group of ne'er-do-wells and her ghouls.
3 successes.
3 successes. 3 successes. You were alive and a Canite during the Week of Nightmares. You weren't present for it, nor were you in the area, but you certainly heard about it. You certainly felt the ripples. The Ravnos Antediluvian awoke, and it ravaged across the land. It was covered as a natural disaster and an intense bit of climate change and things like that. All manner of supernaturals took part in the battle against it. The Ravnos were called to their antediluvian Zapathasura, and it took mages using their strange magic and the technocracy using technology and magic combined to weaken the creature enough to where the sun could kill it. It's gone now. It's dead. At least that's the belief. The remnants and where it remained across all fields of vision and planes of existence feel its scar from where it once died. There are said to be remnants, blood, and its remains that are highly sought after.
I would relay all that and the thoughts that maybe this is one of the remnants, or 3 of the remnants, I guess.
So should we not hit up Felix or?
Well, considering he has multiple homes and all that, he might be one of the. Did we ever get confirmation where he was? I think maybe he might be one of those wanderers. So
I thought Felix was Gangrel.
No, he's not a gangrel.
I mean, considering how he just happened to have an extra house for us to go to hideout when we first got here, and how wandering he is, fits the bill. And he might not like it or try to claim it if he learns we have it.
I wouldn't recommend letting anyone know that we actually have the blood.
Yeah.
We don't have to. You just talk to him. He's been, like I said, he's been here for a while now, hasn't he?
Well, raid 5 years ago would still be in his memory.
I'll be honest, I don't even know what we want with this blood. But, you know, if we're doing this for the sake of adventure, we're not going to find anything out if, you know, looking online. We're going to have to ask somebody that was here that knows shit. So we're going to have to reach out to somebody with connections. The most we're going to get is what? A police report of a raid? And that's it?
Might find more.
If we can get a report of the raid, we can probably get security footage. Dig up maybe some other people involved. Maybe. So I said we look into it first, and then we probably would take it to the NOS because they're the best information gatherers.
And we also just killed
Around.
4 of their people.
And they swore loyalty to us.
Mm-hmm. And loyalty is something you don't just break.
Nas has loyalty
Especially
to
not the
Nas.
NOS.
There is one thing though. How is this blood here if, as you just said, he burned up in the sun?
Because like I also said, there's remnants of him being there.
It just sounds to me like he might not even be dead.
That is also a possibility. It is only thought and hoped that he is dead.
Well, I see why nobody's drank the blood yet.
All right, well, what do you want me to do?
I mean, I knew what I'm
He's
doing.
got to go question his guy. We were going to do the Volderi. Me and you can go and get a safe real fast, and then we can go talk to Hannah and the 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a whole little family adventure.
Not about this. I want to go see how our message was received because we haven't heard anything from anybody but the NOS.
Cool. So we also need to check up on the warriors.
I mean, it's only been one night, right? 2 nights, 1 night.
Two-ish?
Two.
One? Apparently it's one. Time is immaterial to me.
2 nights since your message, 1 night since the monomacy.
Gotcha. All right. I'll follow your lead.
So Voldari, and then I talk to my ghoul, then we go talk to Hannah.
Do we know if Monique's on her way back?
Trey, you have her number.
Yeah, I could text her. I'll text her.
What do you text her?
Hey, are you on your way back anytime soon? I think we're trying to do the Voldery.
Message comes in. Be there in 10 minutes.
She said 10.
So, as of 10 minutes, if there's anything you guys want to accomplish or do or discuss, by all means, now's the time. If not, we'll jump to the Voldery.
I'll go talk to Derek.
What do you have for Derek?
I need you to look into something for us. You have the time?
Sure. What do you need?
It's gonna be difficult. So we're looking for some kind of raid that happened hopefully within the last or about 5 years ago or before. What we're
None of
specifically
what you
looking
just said
for.
gave me an actual time frame.
Yeah, I know. Here's the notes.
Neat. Okay. I'm looking for a raid. Just gonna sift through the notes. Pertaining to what exactly? Am I allowed to know?
Probably not gonna. It would have been wrapped up in some colorful words to deceive the mortals. So that's why it's gonna be difficult.
Cool. Looking for buzzwords. Copy that.
Yeah. Specifically about Malkavian, blood,
Still don't quite
antediluvian.
understand. Okay, okay. These words aren't meaning a whole lot.
Would I know what buzzwords they would normally use to cover those kinds of things up?
You cited kindred law. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of so anarchs use a lot of graffiti to mark their territory and such. There's a lot of hidden messages that the anarchs use. Camry are no different. There's a lot of marks along the city that you would know. There's a lot of legal jargon that gets covered up. The company, in contracts, there are certain names that they just kind of default to. So in the beginnings of contract, it'll say like the Ivory Tower, henceforth in this contract known as the company, and then it will just continue to reference the company as the company for whatever arm of business or whatever whatever subsidiary or LLC they're using in that time frame. You know, a number of these. having studied kindred law.
Yeah, I would probably just write down like a list of the words related to those 3 topics
Understood.
for him to be keeping an eye out for them combined together.
You do this. Kind of looks over the list and says, "Sure. When do you need this by? Is this top priority or what is this?"
Not top priority, but sooner is better than later.
Sure.
Roughly 2 weeks at most.
Understood. I'll give you a heads up whenever I find anything within the 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Yep, I bought a new. Well, you'll see. Don't throw away anything that comes in the name of Jeffrey Bridges.
That's the name now. That's what we're going with.
For now, yeah.
Jeffrey Bridges.
Just don't, just don't.
You know I got it. Have fun with whatever it is.
Yep.
If it's a sex doll, not too loud.
It's a PC.
I was already gone.
You make your way back down to the basement. Monique arrives shortly after. You guys are prepared for the vaultery. Trey, Jason, Wesley joins you guys for this as well, finally kind of pulled from his room. Do you contribute your precious Vitae?
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally, time to even things out.
The vaultery is prepared, using the blood of the younger. Everyone is gathered. Mashenka resides over this, reciting verse from the Book of Nod. As blood is gathered into the chalice, Alfonso sits off to the side, just watching. Victor, you watch Mashenka drink. You watch Monique drink. The time comes to you. Do you drink?
Yes, I do.
Things level out. You feel the emotions and the guidance of your youngers. Jason, what does Victor get from you? What does he feel? What are his emotions? What are his insights that he gains from you?
I'm honestly not sure too much what to say, but if it were to be advice, then keep your eyes on the prize, know what you are going for, and to continue going for it.
Trey, what does Victor get from you?
A sense of irritation. Disgruntledness. Ambition. Just the overall sense of like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
Victor, you feel Trey's irritation. You can feel Jason's. You feel everything that these Canaanites feel. Your youngers guide you. You can feel closer to them now. What is your takeaway from that?
That I need to fix or squash the disgruntledness primarily. For, I mean, I would be personally happy that the scales have balanced out at least. So now they feel us and we feel them.
You have something, Trey?
Are we not supposed to drink on this?
No, this was to equal you guys out. You've had 2 sips of theirs. They've only had 1 of yours. This is their 2nd sip of you.
I'm still drinking.
Okay.
You'll blood bond to
Jason or Wes, closer.
Hmm?
At that point, you're just sipping from me and.
Oh,
Wes.
is it? Oh, okay. I thought. Okay, I misinterpreted then. Never mind. I don't want to be blood bond to them.
Yet. The ritual comes to a close as Mashenka reads the words from the Book of Nod. There will come a time when the heads of 3 princes will watch the burning of the dawn on a pillar of white. Taken from the awakening of the Dark Father. That is where we'll close tonight's session. With all of you feeling a little bit closer, things equaling out, and a new mystery for you guys to solve. Does anyone have anything to plug?
Well, I'll give it a go this time. Let me see. What type of stuff we do? We do vampire things, right? Just like as you've seen, Book of Saints here on Fridays, 6:30 Central, right? For a couple hours, something like that. And then let's see, the next night we get online. We probably get online on Sunday. Sunday over on Onyx Path, right? Yeah, Scion things, right? That's somewhere in between like 2 Central. Yeah, 2 Central. Yeah, to 3. No, to 5 because it's 3 hours. 2 Central. Yeah, and then Sunday night we do other things. Typically vampire, but that's going to change to D&D stuff. But that's at like 7 Central. Yeah. But that's not on Onyx channel. That's on this channel. So you have to come back to this channel. For that. And then Monday we do random things around like 6, 7 Central. Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job.